We are live. This is the Love Gurus podcast, about to take ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit and you guys in the chat. We are starting this podcast right now.
Ask the Love Guru.
Yes, that's us.
To tell you what to do.
Goddamn right we will.
Listen to the Love Guru.
Listen to us, damn it.
Or your life is through.
Oh, your life's gonna blow, dude. Yeah, wait for it. Yeah. Oh, you heard the man. This is the Love Gurus podcast. We are live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're about to take ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit. But first, with me as always, my amazing co-host, Suzanne Leah Shepard. How's it going, Suzanne?
It's just great. And you know, one thing I thought about our intro music that I've never thought about before is how hilarious would it be if when Joel recorded that song, actually his backup singers and backup instrumentalists are raccoons.
Yeah.
Don't you think that'd be so adorable?
Yeah, it's like a whole Showbiz Pizza from the 90s kind of thing before they fucking sold out and turned into Chuck E. Cheese.
We all know that raccoons are like wicked smart. I just feel like their little fingers would be really good fucking little banjo pickers. So
Goddamn
let's
right.
Let's get a raccoon and train it how to play the banjo.
Yes.
I gotta say, when you did the techno music, it just brought flashbacks to like 90s radio. I was like, we're gonna check in with Chris on
Hey,
the
that's right.
Doppler.
We're going to take some phone calls.
Yeah, it's like
fucking
I-95
crazy
is
right now.
packed right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to take
Yeah.
the 404. Like,
Yeah.
Doesn't it sound like the weather, the weather guy?
It's Robbie the Raccoon and the Madman in the morning. Oh, yeah. You just got tickets to the new Janis Joplin concert. Janis Joplin, that's fucking... I'm so fucking stupid. Look at my references. They're off by decades.
Alanis Morissette.
Yes, you knew exactly who I was going to say. I tried to say Alanis Morissette. I said Janis Joplin. I should fucking go hang myself.
No, that was great.
My references are 3 decades off.
It's just hearing that
Christ.
made me want to call in. though.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, where's my phone? I need
Call
to
us now. Dial that number. Ninth caller gets free tickets to Janis Joplin. And it's 1998. She's back from the dead. They're putting a mic up against a Ouija board. And she's going to rock it out.
Oh
Bobby
my God.
McGee.
Yeah, that'd be so
I'd
cool.
go to that show.
I would also go to that show. All you can just hear is just the little pendant like scratching on the wood.
Yeah. And then, oh my God.
And then the curtain comes up and it turns out it was Milli Vanilli moving the Ouija board the whole time. Not again, you sons of bitches.
He's underneath of it with a magnet.
Yes.
That you have not referenced anything within 25 years.
No. All my I've been in a goddamn time machine.
Yeah.
But
That is one of our weaknesses on
Let
this
me introduce
podcast,
our 2 awesome guests, man.
Yeah.
First up, she's a hilarious stand-up comic, a returning guest, the one, the only, Arielle Dundas. Thank you for being back on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm ready to fix some people's love lives.
Yeah, let's fix the fuck out of them, dude. Tell them where they can find you first.
It's Arielle Dundas, ArielleDundas. I'm on so many platforms now. It's not
Boom.
Yes. Love it.
Threads is going really well if people want to check out my threads.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
also,
That's great.
just if there's a social media platform, I'm on it.
Yes, more platforms than Rodney Dangerfield at the end of Back to School doing the triple ending. I'm full of old references tonight. That's right. Like a goddamn time machine. But let me introduce our second guest. He is another hilarious stand-up comic, a first-time guest to the show.
Yeah.
The one,
Yeah.
the only, Bret Raybould. Thank you for being on the show, bud.
Hey, wonderful to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I am only on one platform.
Yes.
Truth Social. So
That's right, goddamn it.
Follow me on Truth Social. I'm
Yeah.
trying to make that happen.
Cancel these nuts, you sons of bitches. Yeah, there's an insurrection in my pants, and I don't care who knows it.
Do I plug? Can I plug?
Yeah, plug Truth
I have
Social.
permission to plug?
Yes, you got permission
No,
to plug.
I brought my plugging instrument. I brought something to plug. I knew there
dude,
was a
plug
camera.
the hell
I
out
don't
of
know
it.
if they can see that. If
Yeah.
you're,
Zoom on.
if you're
Wait, no, I can zoom in on you. Hang
oh
on.
my God!
Bam! Look at that.
Oh my God!
Yes.
That it's not that. It's good
That's
enough.
still
That
not
you
zoomed
did,
in.
that's
Hang
pretty
on.
damn
Oh,
impressive.
I got it. Bam! Look at that.
There we go. All right, that's
Doing Lord's work here.
Erase the Movie, the play. It
Race
is
the
an
movie.
off-Broadway play.
Produced
I
by Truth Social.
co-wrote and am co-starring in with the
wow.
great Dean Edwards. We're going to be bringing it back. We had an off-Broadway run. We sold out our last 6 shows. It was
Nice.
a huge hit. People have said very nice things about it. It's been called the modern day Blazing Saddles.
Oh, fuck yeah,
That's
dude.
amazing.
By a
Congratulations.
critic, which it is a slapstick comedy spoofing all of the cheesy recent race movies. So picture Scary Movie, but
Those
for
are great.
white savior movies.
White savior
like
movies.
Green Book,
Oh, my
The
God.
Help, Hidden Figures. My character's name is Wyatt Savior.
Wyatt Savior.
Anyway,
I already love this
We're
goddamn
doing
movie.
a special 2-night limited event to bring it back for just 2 special shows in November. Go to racethemovietheplay.com for tickets.
Race the
Wow,
movie to
that's
play. Go
amazing.
see it.
Don't
If
Go
you're
see it,
listening,
people.
we will actually sell out because it's a great show. So if you actually want to get tickets, you really should go to racethemovietheplay.com or my Truth Social account.
Yes, yes. He's got the truth about Race the movie. That's
Anyway.
the sequel.
Thank you for granting me my plug time.
Yes,
Oh, of
absolutely.
course.
I hope I did
absolutely.
good.
And thank you to everybody in the chats, man. Hey, hello to Matt. Hello to producer Amy. Hello to Joel. Hello to Natalie. Thank you guys for being here. Oh, the Lions are playing. Just a heads up. Yes, I am a huge Lions fan. I will be eagerly awaiting the outcome of this game. That said, if we can keep the sports-related chat to a dull roar, to try to keep the chat on topic for the podcast. Podcast-related
we so
chats,
love
please.
you all in the chat.
Yes.
I really cannot be more genuine with that comment. That being said, though, remember the point of this podcast is to help these animals on Reddit.
Yes.
So if we're fucking blocking up the chat with Detroit Lions stuff,
That's right.
we can't help people.
Different
Okay?
animals.
We can't do it.
And their life will be through.
Yes.
That's what this
Yeah.
song
People-
is.
And yes, thank you for remembering the theme song.
She's
Arielle.
told me if there's too much sports chat in there, she is not only going to strangle me with my own microphone cord, but she is going to put
Also-
some kind of voodoo priestess curse on the Detroit
I-
Lions. And we had enough heartbreak in that fucking franchise.
I also have an ulterior motive as well because my husband is like a huge fucking football person, does fantasy sports, all the. This is my hour to have a little me time without fucking football.
Yeah.
So let me have this.
Yeah.
I should put away my foam finger. I came over with the black football face paint.
If someone dumps Gatorade on someone, I'm leaving.
Yes.
That's how we celebrate a podcast going well.
In this,
Is
every
we
time we
dump-
have a good podcast, we dump hard seltzer on RJ. It's a different kind of thing. But without further
But
ado,
you know,
are you
anyway,
guys?
but we love you guys.
Yes, love you guys.
You know,
love you
you know
guys.
we
Try
love
to
you.
try to keep the comments podcast related, if you please. But go Lions. That's the last I'll say about it. But for now, are you guys ready to take your first question?
Yeah.
From the wild animals on Reddit. All right, first question. If you guys got any questions to write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. Or even better, listen live every single Thursday. Watch live on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Mash that little button down there. It helps us out. Share us with a friend. You know it's the greatest goddamn podcast in the history of podcasts. For right now, we're going to take our first one. There wasn't a joke. It's
Yo,
true.
this is a good show.
Dude, it rocks. That's what I'm saying.
It's a great show.
I never
I'm
feel
so
that way about a
sorry.
lot of podcasts, but I'm listening.
That's right.
I'm like, you're putting the
Yeah.
music on, and I'm like, let's fucking do this, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, most podcasts can eat my balls, bro,
This is a
but
good
not this
show.
one. Yes. We're going to take our first one from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question. She freaked out when I took her phone. My wife is 29 and I'm 30, and we separated 4 weeks ago. She told me that we've been together for 12 years and we have a 4-year-old daughter. She separated because of lack of support from me in various areas of our relationship, and because I had also neglected my parenting duties. After a period...
Sorry, can I interrupt?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like getting kind of emotional, and it's underscored by like new age techno. And it's like I never really loved my own child.
I'm a neglectful dad. I got a gambling addiction. I like to do cocaine off strippers' ass.
I'm like,
This
Should we
is
be-
a happy podcast. We're here to help people,
Yeah.
and so we're not gonna let these ho-drum moments that
yes.
my wife and I got divorced.
Yes.
No, we're here to help. We're here to help.
Absolutely.
That's right. Let's hear more about how you ruined the lives of your family. All right.
Continuing on. After a period of reflection, I decided that because of the lack of support that she was shopping around for, that it ultimately was my fault. She started to see other people because I wasn't there supporting her. So I decided to change. I've been providing her all the support that she needs and wants, and feel like we are in a place where we actually are kind of working on it. Yesterday, she told me that the guy that she was messaging asked her to go on a date today, but she said no because she was trying to make things work at home. I told her thank you for being honest with me. As we continued our conversation, I grabbed her phone because she was complaining that the battery percentage wasn't showing. So I was going to change it for her, and she freaked out. She said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "What are you hiding?" I was joking, but now I'm full of anxiety. I want to ask her what I really want to ask her. You told me that this guy that you were going to meet for coffee was a good guy and that there was nothing there, but you said no anyway because we were trying to work it out. Are you seeing other people? But this is obviously a bit dramatic. I'm concerned that if I bring this conversation up, then all the good work that we've done will be gone. What do I do? So to give a quick recap, they were married for 12 years. He self-admittedly kind of became a douchebag, which does not happen in most questions. I just want to point out. Someone having the self-awareness to be like, oh, you're right, I was actually completely non-supportive.
Most of the time they say a bunch of douchey shit completely unapologetically.
Yeah.
And they're like, why is everyone else such a fucking asshole? That's about 98% of the questions we
That
get.
is Reddit. You know?
Oh,
That
yeah.
is there's what's that Reddit thread? Am I the asshole?
Am I
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, am I the asshole? Like I wore a Nazi uniform into school today. You're like, no, you are. Like who do you think is gonna say no? You're not.
I mean, they
Sometimes
sent
it's
me-
so obvious.
They sent me to detention like they were the fucking Gestapo or something. It's ridiculous. I'm being oppressed. First they came for the Nazis and I said nothing. This is a slippery slope into fascism, I say.
Yeah, it's either so obvious that they're the asshole or so obvious that they're not, and just want that positive.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually one of two
Yeah.
extremes. They're
Yeah.
either like clearly being victimized
Right.
somehow. We try to avoid those if they get really crazy because they get sad, or it's a dating question, but it belongs in the "Am I the asshole?" category.
Right.
But they're so oblivious that they won't even put it there.
Yeah.
They're like, "Why is everyone else the asshole?" But
Yeah.
Right.
It-
Am I the
they're
asshole?
shopping for the Reddit thread that's going
Yes.
to make them feel like a hero, you know?
yeah.
like-
Exactly. Am I the asshole? I volunteered at an orphanage, and a man stabbed me in the face today. Like,
Right.
should I? Am I the asshole for that
But
stabbing?
I wore a really shitty shirt. I mean, it was kind of my fault, right?
Yeah.
Matt on YouTube says she's cheating, and then this is sneaky. He said it was Matthew Stafford. Bam! I'm not explaining who that is.
I know Matthew
Don't
Stafford.
ask. Don't
You
ask.
motherfuckers! I know who that is!
I can guess.
Producer Amy on YouTube says, I agree. Matt definitely cheating. Yeah, 100%.
Well, okay, so yeah, so
Is
to give
it
it...
there?
Yep, say it.
Yeah, I mean, is it? She's definitely doing something that she doesn't want him to know
Sure.
about. But like, I would just let it go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So the one thing I also wanted to point out was, so again, they'd been married for 12 years. They separated a month ago, and she's 29, he's 30. So let's do the math on that one.
Yeah.
That is 17 and 18, no?
Yeah.
17
Oh,
and 18?
high school sweethearts.
And they had, so they have a 4-year-old daughter. So they waited a little bit to have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But, these people were...
They got to start cheating on
one
each
of
other.
them had to-
Honestly, my relationship recommendation is just start cheating on
That's
each other.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. A family that cheats together stays together. I like that.
But also just that I think that even though I am married, I'm in a relationship, I will hand Mike my phone if it's, let's say we're ordering on Seamless or something like
Yeah.
that. I will hand him my phone, but I'm watching him. I'm not
Right.
doing anything bad. I'm not cheating. I'm not doing anything fucking shady, but I just want to make sure that he's respecting my boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
a damn good point.
Yeah, and that's in a happy relationship. So in this relationship that's headed down the toilet and should have broken up probably 6 years ago.
Yes.
Before the kid.
You have anxiety because she freaked out because you grabbed her phone.
Right.
Also, grabbed. grabbed is, I don't know, for me, when someone says grabbed your phone, that is such a violent verb to use.
It even says in the title, when I took her phone. Like, it wasn't when I looked at her phone, when I checked out her phone.
She did not hand She did not hand you
Right.
the phone. She did not hand you said phone and said, hold it to my face and then fix my battery percentage. You took it from her without asking.
I do believe in the... You gotta respect your partner's phone.
Yeah.
Like, just because it's weird to... It's not... Like you said, I'm in a relationship too, and it's totally... There's nothing going on. But even still, it's just like...
The phone?
I talk to a group of friends maybe differently than how I am to you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
I've gone to great lengths to
not
keep
even
my wife
dramatic.
from ever seeing my phone. 100%.
Yeah, she had a few black eyes.
Dude,
a few. I
she's
don't know
got,
why.
I mean, you know what I mean?
A few.
7
Your wife
black
has 7.
Hey man,
a few.
hey man, it's a New York apartment. A lot of doorknobs per square inch in here. That's all I'm saying. A lot of doorknobs per square inch.
It's a good show.
If there are 2 people in the kitchen, the refrigerator gets open. It's the hospital. Okay?
Right. I mean, that thing's a whole door bar. If you think about it, I mean, it's a whole door handle. Like, that's not my fault. But no.
But the level of panic. Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
Go ahead.
The level of panic does not look good. Like, if my girlfriend started kind of looking through my phone, I'd be like, "Hey, do you mind not?" You know what I mean? Hey, would you not? But I wouldn't be like, "No, what are you doing?"
I agree with that because I think I would be pissed if I was her because it did say took the phone and said grab the phone, so she's already going to be pissed. That said, what he did wrong seemed like a 4, and she reacted with like a 6 or a 7. So it's like the escalation is a bit much.
So he needs to take it to a 9 or 10.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Punch
right.
a hole in the wall.
Hire a stripper.
Hire
Show her
a
what's
stripper.
up.
Get a strippergram to the house.
Arielle was going to say something.
I mean, they're separated. Maybe she's like talking shit about him with her sister.
Oh my!
Like,
that is a totally
Fair. Good point.
That's
Good point.
that's
Good
like
point.
the most. That's the most innocent thing, and that's not bad at all. Like that's not. And also,
Dude.
even if she was sending, I don't know, pictures of eggplants up her, whatever.
Right.
They're on a break. They're on a break. But
This is 7 eggplants in a row. How big is this dick?
Yeah. But even your point, the fact that she is probably talking shit about him as she should be, because that's how you get over a relationship.
I'm not. If you're dating me, you're never allowed to criticize me once.
That's right.
to my
That's
face
right.
or someone else. Like,
That's right.
It's just I demand,
Yes.
infallible.
These are Dubai rules.
Do you know
I like it.
Do you guys know those? You know those Thai lanterns that you light on fire and then they go up into the.
Yeah.
I imagine that Bret's exes they go to like this remote part of Thailand
Yes.
and they write all those shit that they hate about Bret, and then Bret comes up out of nowhere and is like, no, smacks this lantern on fire.
I'm
Bad
picturing.
listener.
I'm picturing a Buddhist monk just sitting there like, oh, you're one of Brett's exes, aren't you? Yeah, come here.
There's like a line of them.
Self-absorbed my asshole. By the way, check out my off-road. Plugging something as I do it. Instagram, Twitter.
Let me read some comments here. Joel on YouTube says, I agree. Just let it go. Then log into the cell phone account online and check the text messages.
Hell
Boom.
yeah.
Producer Amy says, wow, I felt so bad about them cheating on each other until I found out when they got married. Yeah, I mean, that's just,
Right.
Yeah, 100%. Natalie says, our phones are like journals. It reveals our innermost thoughts. We are vulnerable to it. Yeah, 100%.
It's like you wouldn't grab
Thank
someone's
you, Natalie.
diary. Like that would be
It's
an
crazy.
invasion of
Yeah.
privacy.
It's crazy.
To like,
Yeah.
And phones have a. That's true. They have a diary like
They've got all my
kind of
stuff.
thing
They're
to
like
them.
an
Where like
extension of my brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got
Yeah.
more than just my dick pics. It's got my heart.
But also,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
it's-
100%.
But also, again, like if he physically has her phone, maybe he's the kind of person that's going to snap. Like, you have your work email on your phone. What if he does something like,
Right.
sends like a nasty email to your boss? Like a partner of 12
He seems
years
like a
would
vindictive
know
guy,
how
this
to
fella.
fuck you up if
Oh, yeah.
that person had control of your phone.
100%.
So yeah, it's like I mean, of course
If my
you freak
wife
out.
ever wrongs me, I will grab her phone and send her life into a downward spiral that will have everything crash around her. 100%. Matt on YouTube says, my wife makes cookies for the neighbors. He has his own cookie plate. I took it to a
nice.
lab, and there was traces of sex fluid. Is this enough to end it? Yeah, especially because
Very
that's a terrible
conventional.
flavor of cookie as well, sir. Those people are elves were up to no good.
What is sex?
Yeah, because also spit's a sex fluid, no?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a freak. Damn near everything's a sex fluid to me. But Amy on YouTube,
Whoa!
Amy
Is
says,
this hold on? Is that a real thing? Detail like my wife makes cookies, and then you took her cookies to a lab. My friend, who takes cookies to a lab?
Right.
Are we like glossing over that? Like
Yeah.
it's a thing you typically test?
I do
I
like the
feel like-
FBI going, get the cookie guy. we got more cookies to test.
Matt, I feel like
It's
it's, a
just
joke.
some
I feel like it's a
700
joke, and I
pound
feel like
dude.
it's a funny joke.
It's
but
a funny joke.
Yeah, let us know if you. But also,
Unless there's just
hang
they
on,
were cum
Matt,
cookies.
Matt. But also,
drizzled.
yeah,
There
Matt.
was a real frat house tonight on this cookie. Yeah, that's right.
That is a thing that men are always saying. It's healthy for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
To eat cum? Yeah.
So
No, it's
stupid.
super healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it also
Right, sound off in
it
the
takes
chat.
wrinkles away. It takes wrinkles away. It adds it gives you natural highlights as well. It
You're
gives women
paying,
highlights.
you get a higher paycheck. If
That's right.
that
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
Why do women make 70 cents less on the dollar? Not drinking enough cum. That's right. That's what I heard. I heard that in Dubai.
But also, it might just be a flex on Matt's part that he got lab test money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that
Yeah.
Matt
You ever just get so bored you're like, hey, let me go get this lab tested, you know?
Right.
There's
It's
fuck
like-
you money, and then there's cookie lab test
Yeah,
money.
Right.
I like my
100%.
my credit card would like get declined.
Yeah. I like that he's got such a refined palate that he's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, oatmeal raisin him. Wait a second. Whose common sense?
Yeah, pineapple.
Yeah. Why are you breaking eye contact, huh? Why can't you look me in the eye while I eat
Give
your
me your
oatmeal
phone.
raisin cookie? Give me your phone, goddammit.
I feel like there's like a scene where it's like a Top Chef, like where you guys get cut, and it's like men with all of their cum, and and the judges are eating it,
Yeah.
and they're like, Jake, this is too salty beyond recognition.
Yeah.
Basil. You used basil.
You ate
Yeah.
you ate way too many
Fucking
lemons the night before.
Gordon Ramsay sitting there going,
You have
why does it smell like fucking bleach?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
wrong with your cum?
You have been chopped. Okay. But then they actually
This cum tastes like shit.
yeah. But then they actually chop off the guy's dick. I mean, that would be a
Yes.
great
I'd
TV
watch
show.
that.
Little
I would
Squid
watch
Game,
it.
little Squid Game cooking game. I like
Squid
that.
cooking it.
Yeah.
Oh, you think your cum tastes so great? Let's put it to the test.
Uh-huh.
That's a fucking great show.
Dude, Suzanne should have wrote
that is
season
your
2
next
Squid Game.
off-Broadway show, Brett.
They're jizzing on those little fucking sugar cookies with the little shapes in them, and the little shapes come out, and the guy's
Great.
like, "Oh, I got to try to chop this out with a needle again," and they're like, "Not this time, bud. It's gonna get fucking wild." Season 2. I got some comments. Matt on YouTube says, "Hot air balloon love is the most boring love." Yeah, it takes forever to come. Joanne on YouTube says, "Listening while I'm working." Love the Love Gurus. We love you, Joanne. Damn the man. Listen
Love you,
to
Joanne.
us
Thanks for
on the
tuning
company's
in.
time.
That's really not. That's
100%.
a very nice comment.
Yes, love
And
it.
it has nothing to do with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Shame on
right.
you. No, I'm just kidding.
She's got the game in one
I
ear.
shouldn't
and
have
the
even done
podcast
that joke. I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. This is a safe space. This is a safe space. We-
Joel Asia says, apparently my innermost thoughts are porn. They're password protected. Joel says those cookies have a little tang to them. That's right. Oh,
Would
Eugene
you
on
be
YouTube says, hi, how's it
embarrassed?
going, Gene? He says, what's up, losers? How you doing, Eugene?
What's up, Eugene?
Matt says, the kids look nothing like him. Joanne says, please make that off-Broadway show a musical, Suzanne.
The
Yes.
cum drinking musical.
Yes.
You have to
Yeah.
cast all of us.
I feel like my first phone call is going to be puppetry. Is going to be to the puppetry of the penis men. And hey
I love
guys,
that title.
No, that's a real show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Puppet
a great
Man?
I don't know
title.
if it's still on, but it was in LA for years.
What's it called?
Puppetry of the penis.
Puppetry of the
I've
penis?
seen
And
Oh, nice.
I don't-
an
yeah.
off-brand puppetry
Yeah,
of the penis.
and so
situation.
spoiler alert, they essentially use their penises as puppets.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
And that but they can really only just make like a bunch of different
Yeah.
versions of a turtle.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like a
Like one does a snake.
It's like balloon
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, exactly, with your wiener.
I was on that show for like a month, but I had more like a finger puppet. Like it was kind of sad. They brought me out for a little comic relief.
They can't do a lot, you know.
Right.
I can't tie it into a swan, but I can give everybody a good chuckle. 100%.
That's wow. They put their dicks where the really? That's real?
Yeah. Google it, puppetry of the penis. Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
I love the idea of the last play that got canceled before that, and they were like, yeah, I know, maybe we didn't crush this version of Fiddler on the Roof. What's taking the spot here?
You know what's interesting to think about? It just makes me think of there's puppetry of the penis, which the male actors are like, my dick is gonna be what the women version is vagina monologues. Which
Not
is like
puppetry of the labius.
Yeah,
it's fucking
no,
wild, dude.
They're not. You guys are putting puppets on your. Come on, ladies, amp it up.
Yeah.
The vibes.
Oh, now it's clicked. You're right. Women aren't doing enough. God.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
With their
Puppetry of the
vaginas.
penis. That's right.
With their vaginas.
Puppetry
and
of
turtles.
the labius.
It's like no one's ever said that before.
Well, we've all thought it. Finally, one man had the courage.
Right.
Puppetry of the labius. Tie stuff to it.
Yeah. I mean, what could you make? I don't know, a duck?
You can make a swan. You can make a little butterfly.
Yeah.
Butterfly.
Swan,
That's the one.
butterfly,
Yeah.
duck.
Duck.
that's it.
Peacock. Peacock.
Yeah.
Little peacock feathers. Let's move.
Okay. Let's.
Okay.
Go.
Matt on YouTube says, my aunt pumped out a ginger. It starts off with the cookie plate. His cookie plate, not the actual cookies. My uncle is a cut, hold, Suzanne. I'm not sure what that meant. I probably read that wrong. I'm damn near illiterate.
Cuckold?
Oh, cuckold.
Cut. Oh, he might have said cuckold. Yeah, it literally says cut hold. I think it was a little autocorrect.
Oh, I see what's happening. Yeah, so it's like, based on the, I mean, because there's not that many, there's statistically not that many gingers, so maybe the neighbor is, and then that's how they work that one out.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of cucks and autocorrect, so my
Go
phone,
off, expert.
yes, my phone. Oftentimes, when I try to type "fuck," they're like, "This is a naughty word. This is a no-no word. I will autocorrect it. I will autocorrect it to a cleaner word. That word, cuck." I'm like, wait a minute.
That's like actually a way worse word.
I'm like, I don't think this autocorrect fucking knows what cuck
No,
is.
actually, like from a computer's like AI perspective, a cuck is a real thing. It is like that.
I know, it's a goddamn lefty.
Let's say if you remove like all sex shaming from your brain, which is if you remove all sex shaming from your brain, cuck is not a bad word.
No,
But
it's not.
like-
The guy pays you to fuck his wife. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, it's
A
not.
nice fella. Some
if you remove
of the nicest guys I've ever met were cucks. They let you fuck their wives. You ever try to fuck the wife of a guy who's not a cuck? They're real fucking jerks about it. I'm pro cuck.
They steal her phone.
Yeah.
In fact, shout out to all the right wing cucks out there. You know what I mean? It's just like I just want to pay this fella to fuck my wife. You know what I mean? I think the labor unions have gone too far, to be honest. I mean, those fuckers up in Detroit want a 32-hour work week where they get paid for the whole thing. I'm not for that. Unless they come over to fuck my wife in the extra 8 hours. That's the only way. It's the only way I'm down.
Oh, but
In fact, I'll even pay them to do it.
Oh, but like in a socialist society, that does kind of make sense. Yeah, it's like you work at the factory, and then Aaron over here, his job is to go over and have sex with your wife because you're working at the factory so much. So it's
I
like,
can't imagine
but you-
a less factory-looking man
Yes. I don't like factory.
than a man holding a podcast microphone.
No. No, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Other
I'm
than
not
probably me. Other than me. I think I'm less
Yeah.
factory
I'm
looking
not, you
than
guys, we're not gonna put you on the assembly line anytime. That drill
No.
press, no.
Oh yeah.
No,
It's no good.
I have
No good.
startup face all over.
Yeah.
Okay.
I work in radio. The less the more I work, the less calories I burn. That's just the way it goes.
Let's get back to this question. So
do it.
I think that, again, well, we've talked about it. I'm just going to give my final advice. My final advice to this man is, listen, it's nice of you that you have had this period of reflection, your words, not mine, and realize that you didn't support your wife. But I think that ultimately it's just best if you guys break up. You were so young when you got together. And also, and I can promise you this, sir, that first date you go on with whatever new person that you want to date, when you say, you know what, my wife left me afterwards, I realized I wasn't supporting her, and I know what to do in a relationship now, you are getting your dick sucked.
That's
okay?
right.
Like, you are...
I've actually been saying that even though I've never been married. I just say that.
The first woman or man or whoever you want to date, after that, when you have that self-realization moment, get vulnerable, I mean, you're just going to clean up. You're just going to clean up, and it's going to be amazing for you. So, yeah, and also, your wife, she also needs to move on in the sense that she is allowed to have better things than your shitty-ass 12-year marriage. Let her go also.
Right.
Let her go do her thing.
You sound like a nightmare, dude. I feel bad for this lady,
Yeah.
Because he really didn't give a ton of detail on why he wanted the phone, right?
He said that he grabbed it to fix it because she was complaining that the percentage left on her battery wasn't being displayed on her phone.
Oh, you know what?
Which I feel like is a move for, fucking anal retentives. Am I right? I like to live on the no-show side. I don't know, 60%, 40%. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going out the phone. I'm going out the door anyway.
You can't
don't care.
coddle your phone like that. It's true.
Yeah.
If you coddle your phone,
If it dies, it dies. That's
right.
That's just what the universe.
I take a very
same approach to having children.
Yeah. I take a very Ivan Drago and Rocky IV approach to my phone,
Hey,
if it dies, it dies.
That's you know what? That's the
right.
latest thing you've referenced.
Yes, Rocky IV.
That is the most long,
That's right.
newest.
Ask me for a Creed reference. I haven't seen them.
The band?
Christina Aguilera hasn't been born yet in all of Jake's references.
That's right. That's right. And Christina Ricci's only like 12.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, so any other final advice for this question?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to get that phone or you're going to have to move out, dude. I mean, she was already seeing other people. So, like, it's one of those things to where she can't get crazy up, like, she's not going to be that defensive about seeing somebody else if she's already been doing it. I like what Sam was saying earlier. I like the idea of you finally getting into the phone and going, let's see this dude she's trying to fuck around with, and it's just her talking shit about you. Like,
Right,
what?
yeah.
Frank's dick is little and crooked. What? No. And it's just all shit talking you. So
sorry, just to give credit where credit's due. That was actually Arielle's point.
Oh. Sorry. I like Arielle's point. Yes, that's right.
Jake, that was brilliant, dude. That was
yeah, dude.
Just like
You like that point?
The clearest.
I came up with it
dude,
myself.
how did you think of that? I wish someone else had mentioned
I know, I
that
just-
earlier.
I really liked what Bret said when he talked about her texting her sister.
Yeah. 100%, dude. 100%. Yes. And I like what all of us but Arielle said about her texting the sister. I have no idea what's going on, people. I have fucking brain damage. What do
They
you
got to
want
go
from me?
on dates with other people. Truly, if they've only dude, just
High school
Yeah.
sweethearts should break up.
Yeah, it's
What it
fucked,
comes
man.
down to.
Yeah, it's fucked
But are
up.
we
That's some
New Yorkers?
1957 shit.
where you're like, come on,
Yeah.
just
I think here's what
Yeah.
they should do. They should find a cliff somewhere, and everyone that's a pronounced high school sweetheart, they're like lemmings. And then the closer you get to 25, once you get to 25, you just get pushed off the cliff. And
Yeah.
if you're like, I'm gonna die for this relationship,
Right.
well, you're gonna die. So just that's just how high school.
You're all
sweethearts-
about these Squid Game sequels. I love this. You know what I mean?
I am
you
coming
take
up.
the
I've
cell
come up
phones.
with a couple good ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
you have high school sweethearts that are still together walk down this gauntlet, and there's text messages from their significant others right there on the side. But the second they go to grab that unlocked phone, guillotine. You know,
Yeah.
fucking no hands, no head. Something gets chopped off.
Yeah. It's like a Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, Natalie on YouTube says the trust is gone. Move on. Yeah, 100%.
Oh wow, that
100%.
is that's like a Natalie Imbruglia song. Am I right? Up top.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is how. That's really funny.
Yes.
That's fucking. I did not give you the laugh it deserved. I my own insecurity. Just so you guys know, when I looked at the chat, I thought it said "Bret is gone, move on." I was like, I've only had 2 hard seltzers, man. I don't know. Am I that unarticulate?
Is this guy shit
What did
talking
we
me in
say-
very
what did
tiny
we-
font?
Yeah. What did we say before? We're gonna take down your volume 1 notch.
Damn shit! I'm not making good enough points.
Yeah, producer Amy says Joanne is currently waiting tables and listening right now. Shout out to Joanne. Yes, that's the kind of dedication.
Shout out to
we
What a
need.
Joanne.
legend.
Shout out.
Get it,
Yes, you're the
girl.
best.
That is
you're the
actually
best.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, if they don't tip you, spit in their food. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Which is going to be tough because they've already eaten the food. But
Put
remember their
sex-
faces and spit in it next time.
sex fluid in their food.
Yeah, that's right.
Also great. Yeah, I like the sex.
Which is
fluid idea.
spit if you're fun. Matt on YouTube says, I'm getting wicked high, so I kicked Lawrence Taylor out for his age. He is still good in bed and attractive. Well, that's nice. You know.
Oh,
Who's
okay.
Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah, he's
That's a football.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
It's not only a
When
football
in doubt,
reference,
it's
but
a
an old
football
reference.
player
You know.
in this
But in the context of this, it was more of a crack reference, so I'll allow it. John on YouTube says, "Not that kind of work, Amy. I'm working in my garage." Sorry, not as impressive. Hey, man, I'm still
counts.
impressed. Hell, we live in New York. We don't have fucking garages. We're more impressed by that than
Right.
anything else.
If you have a new
Not wrong.
garage in New York, you're Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally like
Yeah.
one of the top 1% of the 1%.
Yeah.
You're like Lawrence Taylor before the crack addiction. You know, like you still got all that money.
Perfect. Well, I think we answered that question. Let's move on
All
to.
right.
I can't. Okay, let's just do the next question.
Next question on the Love
We
Girls
might
podcast.
kind of breeze through this. Just one might suck.
You're listening to 93.3 The Vibe.
We're going to take another question from the wild animals on Reddit. What's Reddit? We don't know because it's 1993. Let's take the next one from the wild animals on Reddit and from you guys live in the chat.
Next question. I want to buy a home, but I don't want to lose my boyfriend. I'm a 30-year-old woman, and I met this 35-year-old gentleman in January. I know it hasn't been that long, but we want to rent together soon, as I believe the best way of getting to know someone is to live with them. He lives in a home that he bought with his ex. They broke up in February of 2022, but the ex is refusing to sell. The house is on sale, but it's obviously way high price. The ex refuses to budge on the asking price. Now I'm in a position myself to buy a house, and at the minute I live near him, but I don't have the money to live in the exact same neighborhood. My rent is extortionate, and I feel like I'm losing money by staying here and paying for my landlord's mortgage instead of mine. I tried to come up with alternatives such as moving into his house or him renting his house, and we rent together. But he was very good at finding actually very reasonable solutions why none of those would work. I love this man, but his recent comment about losing money on his house made me think that I need to look out for myself the same way that he's looking out for himself. What do I do? So to give a quick summary, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go.
Just to give a quick summary. So she started dating this guy in January. She's 30, he's 35. He's in this like hellhole of a I don't know if it's necessarily a money pit, but
Sure.
he has this house with his ex, and they're obviously both on the deed, so he can't sell the house without the ex's permission.
I'm glad me and all my exes were fucking broke. This sounds complicated.
So now that this woman that's writing the question, she wants to move in with him, but for whatever reason, it doesn't work out for him to move in, or for her to move in with him. He can't rent out the house. It's just not working. She wants to buy her own house, but she thinks that if she does that, then that's going to ruin this relationship.
I believe it was the great J.D. Rockefeller who once said, "Mo money, mo problems." And we're seeing that right here.
And he's living in the house with his ex? Is that?
I think, no, that's not clear, but what it sounds like is that he's living in the house. The ex is living somewhere else, but he's still living in the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
But his finances are more or less tied to the house.
Right.
So he can't like leave the house.
Yeah, like he's pay
Wow.
like he can't afford to pay a rent and a mortgage.
I mean, you know,
Right.
and this is why me and my wife can never get divorced because I'm too fucking dumb for any of this. But isn't there a thing when you get divorced and you own a big asset like a house, you kind of fucking like hash that shit out, right? Like whoever stays in it more or less buys the other one out, right? Like, isn't that kind of how it goes?
Well, I think that I don't know, but it sounds like one thing that can happen in a divorce settlement is that you agree to sell the house. However,
Right.
if she's not budging on the fact that she's insisting on like a price that's obviously too high for the market, they're never going to sell it.
Right.
So yeah, like the divorce decree probably did say you have to sell the house and split the proceeds. But she is not letting the house get sold because she's not agreeing. She's not negotiating on the asking price.
Dude, they got to get a mediator, a fucking court mediator for the realtor. Like, this is crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Tough, man.
when it comes to prenup, like I don't know. I'm for it. Wait, which one's prenup? Is that the one?
No, that's the one for
prenup-
before you get
Yeah,
married.
that's before.
Yeah,
Like-
okay. I'm
Yeah.
for it if I have more money than my partner. I'm against it.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Or-
Yeah.
Right? I was like, just like, because if you have more money than them,
Do
You're
bears
like,
shit in the woods?
you
Thanks,
know,
Bret. Yeah.
Right. Uh-huh.
but I'm
One
very.
volume down on his. One notch down.
It sounds like they could have used a prenup. Is that right?
Oh, this guy
Yeah.
damn
Well-
sure.
Or no,
could
wait,
use
are they
one.
ex-wife
Yeah.
or ex?
Yeah. So, like,
What?
certainly this man, the guy that she's dating now, he could have probably benefited from a prenup. That being said, you know, maybe this is a circumstance that even when there are prenups, it's not always ironclad. There's, you know, even some messy stuff afterwards. So it doesn't. That part's not
Some
clear.
nupping that goes on.
Yeah, there's some nupping. There's a nuppage.
Post
Yeah.
nup.
But it's also like, you know, she's like, but here's okay. I'm honestly just gonna go to final advice because I kind of think
okay.
that this woman sucks.
Before we do final advice, let me catch up on comments. Matt on YouTube says you are a side piece. Joanne on YouTube says,
Oh my god, that was so funny. He says, he's like, oh my god, my ex won't sell that house. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're still fucking married with 3 kids that live in the house.
He's got
AKA
this-
still married.
He's got this weird little tan line on the finger next to his pinky. Says it was a birthmark.
I mean, that is not outside of the realm of possibility with this question.
Oh yeah.
No, it's definitely possible.
There's some dumb motherfuckers out there
They're
on
saying,
Reddit
you're
for
saying,
sure.
wait, what? You're saying it's you?
This idiot thinks I own the whole apartment. I got a side piece who thinks I'm both single, no kid, and own all of this here. Instead of just living clearly what used to be a garage next to the apartment building. Let's see. Joanna YouTube says, I don't think it would be a problem if she buys a house as long as it's hers. She's not asking him to go in on it. Yeah, I mean, she should just get it. This guy's a fucking mess, dude. Don't deal with him right now financially. Producer Amy says, the person who does the taxes gets everything. Amy YouTube says, sorry, Jake, I'm getting everything of the nothing you have. But it's an emotional victory. Matt on YouTube says, I got Mel over.
You didn't get nothing, bitch.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Because I didn't have anything in the first
That's
place.
right. That's right. But I'm going to be in court just Hassan Minaj again. Like, I had a yacht. I had a boat. I had a garage attached to my apartment that's a garage. Let's see. Amy on YouTube says, or wait, no, I already read that. Joanna on YouTube says, I think the situation he's in is going to make him not want to get right back into the same thing. Yeah, this guy doesn't want to buy another fucking house again, especially with somebody he's not married to. Natalie on YouTube says, as a divorcee, whoever wants to keep the house has to buy the other person out of the house. If they can't afford to buy the person out, then it has to go up for sale, at least in New Jersey. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the case in most
I would
places.
have preferred if they can't afford to buy them out, they must do hard labor.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
And
You
it's like
must-
this like really shitty house, but like a beautiful garden.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Huck
that's-
Finn them. Huck Finn them.
That's
Make them pay
yeah.
the fence.
That's the case in a lot of the states south of the Mason-Dixon line. You know, any way to bring it back, sneaky little ways. You know, in Texas, if they can't afford to buy the other person out, they have to take 10 paces and draw. That's they get in a shootout for the house.
Yeah, buy your house and probably break up with this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So is that your final advice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So.
I'm with Arielle 100% because also because she says specifically, should I look out for myself the same way he's looking out for himself? Like, how can you type that question and just be like, oh wow, like you would think that would be the wrecking ball moment that
Should I
slams
trust
you in the face
that my evil ex is actually altruistic
Like-
and not engaging in basic game theory? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
This is always the advice is always advocate for your best interests.
Yes, you're both getting gamed by this dude's ex. This dude ex is Kevin Spacey and The Usual Suspects. She's playing you both like a fucking fiddle right now, dude.
Yeah.
She's straightening out her foot and everything.
Was that a
Made it up
90s
to the early
reference?
90s.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that was early 2Ks, right? That was early 2Ks, wasn't it?
Oh my!
Look at me.
This millennium?
I'm evolving. Yeah. Now my references are only 20 years old instead of fucking about
He's
a quarter.
he's like Voldemort in Harry Potter, where
Shit,
he
dude.
grows. You know, he's at first like a real
That's
like
right.
you can't see, but
Right.
he's like now he's like Ralph Fiennes without the nose. What's
Fuck
that
yeah,
guy's
dude.
name?
Right.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't watch children's movies. Fuck those. Not even the 91s. Even when I was a kid, I watched action movies. I hated comic book movies.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have watched Harry Potter even when I was a child. Transphobia
It
aside,
wasn't a
I don't
comic
give
book.
a shit
It was a
about that.
fucking book.
I
An
wouldn't know.
actual book.
Dude, fuck comic books and actual books. Fuck everything that's not a movie or a podcast. That's
Except
my-
the Bible, though.
That's right.
Truth
That's right.
Social's coming out.
I mean, I only listen to the Bible podcast, but I get your point.
That probably exists.
It probably does.
That probably exists. Talking Testament.
You're here with Matthew and John in the morning. Like I hope they do a
They're
morning
like,
show
dude.
style.
No, I'm a New Testament guy though. How about you?
Yeah, I like the one in the middle, honestly. I'm a mid-testy guy. You know?
There's only two, bro.
Ah, fuck, dude, I've been reading the wrong book. Son of a bitch. Turns out I was reading Harry Potter all along. There's so many similarities.
There's like one Bible in Jake's home that he grew up in, and in between the New Testament and the Old Testament, there's like a gold shiny page,
That's right.
and that's what Jake liked to stare at. Just like birds like to sit and stare at shiny
Goddamn right.
objects too. I like this middle part, Dad. This part's so good.
I'm finally receiving the light. You know, it's like, no, it's just something shiny, dude. It's just something shiny. It's not really God, you fucking idiot.
But they were smart. A lot of Bibles, I can remember growing up, had like the gold tip on the edge of the page.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, the farther you go back in time,
my
the more
book
pimped
is
out.
getting that.
Yeah.
I don't have a book, but if I ever do, I want gold tipped pages.
Oh, yeah,
Place,
dude. What,
The movie, the play, the
the
book.
book and gold tipped pages.
Yeah.
that's the
that
move.
sounds awesome.
That's the move. Golden
Yeah.
tipped pages.
The
That's-
publisher's like, we have to sell them for $95 a pop to make profit. I'm like, good, it's worth $200.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. The word of God's got bling on it, yo.
You're
All
like-
the fucking Cardinals used to dress like rappers back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They loved gold.
It's true.
Either that or you're like, you know what, I could do this myself, and you go out and get yourself some gold spray paint, and the first review of your book was like, well, it would have been good had I been able to open it. I
Yes.
can't open the page.
No, that's how good it is. It's
That's how
not
good.
even readable.
It was
It's,
the pages were stuck together, not like your dad's Playboy. It was stuck together from the manufacturer.
I was hooked beginning to end because it was just one flip.
Yeah, yeah.
I also will come in the pages. So that I'm adding
Wow.
gold
Wow.
trim and cum dusted.
That's right.
That's going to be an interesting book reading down at what's that little? Is it the Stand Bookshop? That
Yeah. Strand.
The Strand. The Strand. Stands in that comedy club. Okay. Okay. Well, any other final advice for this person?
Yeah, my final advice is convince him to move back into the house. That's right. I think she's playing chicken with this fucking guy.
Wow.
You got to at least like convince her to move back in the house, start fucking up, like not like fucking up to where it's like, oh, he damaged it, now he's got to fix it, but do weird shit. Like, I just joined Scientology and now I'm painting weird eyeballs and alien ships on the outside of the fucking house. Let's see you try to get market value for this, and you just start doing crazy things, and just really, she's, I think, trying to get it to where he's just like tired of dealing with it and probably lets her move back in. That's the game I think she's playing. She wants to move back in and he wants to just be like, oh, fuck it, dude. Like, you can just have it. She's trying to frustrate him. So beat her at her own game.
Yeah.
Have
my
weird
final
Craigslist
advice
orgies in there. Stink it all up.
Is honestly, while you were reading it, I didn't pay enough attention, which was my own hard seltzer induced lack of attention ability.
That's all right, dude. Luke,
So I'm going
That's
with
all
the
right.
general piece of advice that you could give to anyone about you. Drink water.
yes.
Drink water is my advice because I wasn't a good listener. so I have to do very vague. Just drink water.
I think that your advice is spot on.
This lady does seem like
Go
an
for a
alcoholic.
jog.
So I think just like how Luke Skywalker blew up the Death Star without that blast shield on, I think you just answered a question perfectly without listening to it. You know what I mean? It's and what do we learn there? Don't listen to women's questions. You know what I mean? Like we can answer their questions better
Turn his mic off.
if we don't listen.
Shame on you. Turn his mic off.
All right, I'm turning my mic down. Joanne on YouTube says also she should consider that if she is the first person to date him after this crappy divorce, their relationship isn't actually going to last. You're the rebound. Yeah, it's this guy doesn't want. And the last thing he wants to do is buy another fucking house. Yeah.
Thanks for saying that, Joanne. That's definitely true.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, they've been together 7 months, and she's like already like planning her life around him.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to live with him. I want to buy a house, but I can't because of like, what are you doing?
Man on YouTube says she is needy and bad in the sack. Yeah. That's right. Roast the people asking the questions. They fucking deserve it most of the time.
So let's do one more question because we've been chatty.
All right.
Which
Is that good or bad?
It's very
good. Very good. It's been an awesome podcast. We are going to take our last question,
Which is just
from the wild animals on Reddit. People, if you've got questions, write them in the chat. Live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to take our final question from the wild animals.
This is a really good Kraftwerk album. Sorry,
That's right.
sorry.
That's right.
I'm so sorry,
dude. I'm all about the old references tonight. It's nothing but Kraftwerk. That's it. Only 1970s German techno.
I took a chance with that reference. I didn't know if that had any
Damn
landing.
straight,
I took a chance.
Damn straight. I
Thank
love
you for
Kraftwerk so
courtesy
much.
laughing.
I even like the fake Kraftwerk-based band in Big Lebowski. That's why I like the Nihilists. Yes. Boom. I don't
Sorry, I
remember their names,
interrupted
though.
you introducing the last story. I apologize.
Oh, no worries. I was done introducing it. You picked a perfect time. We're going to take our last question from the wild animals on Reddit.
Girlfriend has one incredibly annoying habit that I cannot stand. I'm 33, my girlfriend is 32, and this is gonna sound petty. I promise you, it isn't to me. We've been dating for almost 2 years, and in every way, I know that she's the one. I want to get married to her. However, I realize that she has one problem that bothers me so much. When we go out to eat, she has the absolute worst restaurant etiquette. Number one,
Dude, I'm so judging this guy. These better be fucking good. These better be really bad. This guy sounds like a cunt. Anyway.
Number one, she barely tips. We both have good jobs, and money is
I'm
not
on his side already.
and money is not a problem for her.
He's winning me over.
We kind of take turns paying, and when we eat out, I normally tip 20%, maybe a little more depending on the situation. Over the weekend, she tipped $3 on a $46 bill.
Oh, murder her and take the house. Make her death look like an accident. Toss her off a cruise ship, sir.
No, disagree. Very fiscally responsible. Good work, but
Number two.
That's why I live in an apartment that used to be a garage. All these fucking poor financial decisions, like tipping.
Number two, she sends almost every dish back. She always finds something wrong with what she ordered. The hamburger's not done well enough, or it's done too much. There's dirt in the lettuce, etc. Number
Dude, the
3.
amount of pubes this guy has gotten in his food because of her.
Yeah.
It's fucking unreal. Oh my God.
Number 3, she expects the waitstaff to pay attention to her needs immediately. She's not necessarily verbally abusive towards them, but makes demands. Water being filled up instantly, iced tea refilled constantly, etc. Number
Wow. God, silly. Who's drinking that much iced tea at dinner? What the fuck? So she's getting more jacked on caffeine going, I see little fucking dots in my salad. I think it's a speck of dirt. Take it back. I'm hyper fucking alert and I hate everything.
Number 4, she argues over the bill every time, demanding to speak with the manager to have something taken off or reduced because she wasn't satisfied.
Good.
It doesn't matter if it's Applebee's or the Capitol Grill. She never pays the full amount.
By the way, I like that
Wow.
was their example of the range of fanciness a restaurant can go between. From Applebee's, the most regular to the fanciest you can do, the Capitol Grill.
As a guy from Iowa, the dead center middle asshole of the country, it warms my heart to hear that. You know what I mean?
I'm from Kansas, it's like,
dude. Yeah.
he's right, he's right.
So
From
she's-
Chili's to Outback.
Right.
It's just as
Yeah.
nice as it can
Alright.
get.
Yeah.
It's
Doesn't matter
just-
how
yeah.
fancy.
What
you
am I,
go.
a Vanderbilt? I'm not eating Outback this month.
Okay, so continuing on, I'm 100% sure that this all comes from how she was raised. I've seen her parents do this time and time again. That we've been out together. It isn't a money thing. It's not that they're struggling. It's just some point of how they live. Again, I cannot say that in every other instance of her life, she's completely sweet. She's completely charming, so warm to other people, except when we're at restaurants. How the hell do I convince her that this type of behavior needs to change and is very bothersome? What do I do?
Sir, I called you a cunt at the beginning of this question. You're a saint, and I'm a cunt for saying that.
Yeah.
I apologize. Don't listen to me.
Here's
Yeah,
my...
I agree. You are. May I
Honestly,
say it?
I'm gonna just show her the comments on this Reddit post. Just probably,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
people are not on her side.
Because then that's sort of like the...
I do like the idea of one commenter being like, "You do you, girl. Get that fucking free meal." Like, what?
It's important to not tip service industry workers because when you do that, you're inspiring them to work harder.
That's right.
To pick themselves more
Well,
up by
and
their
also-
bootstraps.
and
It's
also,
really good
again,
to not.
I'm agreeing
No.
with Bret's Ron
You should-
DeSantis approach toward this.
I agree.
Fuck
You
the
should
service
not-
industry,
You
dude.
should not tip, especially in big
If they
cities.
try to unionize, they should be killed.
Yeah, especially you should not
Right.
tip, especially in big cities like New
Right.
York and LA, because a lot of those people that work in the service industry actually they have other dreams.
Right.
They want to be actors, they want to
Right.
be singers, they want to be stand-up comedians. If you give them money and encourage them in their job,
That's right.
they're never gonna become that actor that
I'm
they
being
always
convinced.
wanted to be.
The worst thing you can do for a server is keep paying them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Stop
That's right.
paying. Stop just supporting Plan B. Make them get to Plan A.
I heard.
I agree. I've actually one of the things I wanted to plug is I've been petitioning to lower the minimum wage.
Yes.
Honestly,
Yeah.
because we're seeing it. There's a lot of people arguing for it to be higher, which kind of frustrates me.
Goddamn right. I hate it. The bottom rungs of society have had it too good for too long. You elect this
so
man your
easy
Fuhrer.
to
I
live
mean,
in New
president.
York and LA.
It's so
It's
easy.
the
It's so
easiest.
easy.
Yeah.
No, this
Yeah.
is it's wild. Honestly, okay, let's ask
Man,
this
I need
question.
3 meals a day. Fuck off.
Three. Wait,
Yeah.
what? I want to ask you guys this question. A giant percentage, certainly of the dating, is just going out to eat together. That's honestly, it's a big part
Yeah.
of a relationship.
Yeah, 100%.
Granted, I think the more in your relationship, the less you're just like going out. You have more casual hangs, or you do, but that's tough. Like to be at a restaurant and only ever feel discomfort,
Dude.
and only ever have to almost look at the waitstaff like, with like an apologetic, like,
Yeah, he's got to do the
It's
thing
hard.
where he puts his eyebrows up and just kind of does like a
Like,
Yeah.
but then that's
apologize
also
with my
your
eyes
wife
kinda thing.
or husband.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
also the
It's embarrassing.
How
it's like
long
you
have they
can't-
been together?
2 years.
It's never come up before.
Dude, I would
So,
be.
oh yeah. So
That's a
sorry.
good
I think
question.
I think I did glaze over that part. I think he does. Let me just double check. He does say that he's mentioned it to her, but it's just quote unquote in one ear, out the other.
Dude,
Yeah.
it wasn't just one of them though. Honestly,
Right,
if it was
right.
one of them, like she
Yeah.
always sends a thing back, I'd go, okay. But it was like
Any one of those things can be
It was
dealt with.
like 4 of
That
them.
was 4 really big
Not
ones, dude.
tipping
Yeah.
on like is wild.
It's insane, dude.
$3
$3 on
is
40 bucks.
really offensive.
I think
That's
I would
wild.
just. I think that okay.
For me to tip $3 on a $40 meal, that waiter would have had to like walk over goose stepping and zekiling and then
Right.
just spitting in my fucking food.
Right. As a not,
Yeah.
as he specified, like, struggle, they said they were financially okay.
Yeah. It's
So
not
it's
a money
not
thing.
even like
It's not a money
she's
thing.
broke and she
It's
has
like
talked
an
and said she
entitlement
feels
thing.
bad. Yeah, right.
If my waiter
Well,
jerked off in my food in front of me, I
I
would still
think
tip
that-
$5 on
I
that.
would, well, I'd actually
That's
tip
crazy.
extra for confidence.
It's true. Yeah, certain restaurants, you
Right.
know what I mean? That's kind of a
We've,
theme.
Here's-
we've covered
I-
this. It's healthy.
I think that I think that it's a because he's saying that it comes from her parents. So my thought is that it's maybe a cultural thing. You know, like some cultures, they negotiate on everything. It's the first price is just always a negotiation point. So maybe
Now
No, if it was one or two of those things,
maybe it
maybe.
comes from that.
Maybe if it was one or two of those things.
Honestly, I got to go on the record and say I'm probably an insufferable negotiator at
Sure.
various delis and bodegas across New York City. Where
Yeah,
I will
Kevin.
literally, I will sometimes be annoyed that I feel like I'm being charged a premium and am not afraid to make it clear.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I've been in
there's-
ones where they'll
there's a
upcharge you
cat.
if they know you're drunk. Sure.
They'll upcharge you. They'll upcharge you if you know you're drunk.
Sons
I
of
also
bitches.
believe I have upcharge
Just
face.
as a friendly
Oh
reminder,
yeah, dude.
most
I have
bodegas-
resting. I'm too fucking dumb to know how much this Twinkie costs.
But also,
It's $11.
most bodegas you walk into, there is a cat laying across the gum. So, like, what are you expecting? What
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
expecting? That's not where you're getting like quality.
That's why I'm
stuff.
saying don't
That's right.
upcharge me. That's why
Oh,
I'm like this
fair
guy's
enough.
trying to charge me $11, and I will always, in God bless my girlfriend because she supports me. She supports me, but I only do that one thing. I am a good tipper. I do tip at
Goddamn right.
bodegas.
You
I
tip
always
in a bodega?
Wow.
if they're making the food. Yeah.
If Jesus
I'll throw
Christ
it-
was alive today, he wouldn't even tip at a
But
bodega.
it's
That's
not.
insane.
But it's not
What is
purely.
happening?
It's not purely altruistic. When I tip at a bodega, if I order food, not if I'm just
so you
getting a
make
bag
it-
of chips.
You haggle on your meatball
Yes.
sub.
Yes.
You're like $13.
Yes.
Fuck you. I'm paying $9.
Yes.
And then you give him a $4 tip.
Not
That's so weird,
together, not together. But I will tip. I like to be. It's not altruistic. It's egotistical. I like to be seen tipping.
yeah.
You think I'm gonna put the dollar in when your back is turned and you're putting? No, I'm gonna be like.
Okay, George. Okay, George
so wait.
Costanza.
I've
So
been
wait,
told
you-
that's a Seinfeld joke.
It is, yeah.
But it's
George
I
is like,
totally relate to that.
I like
I'm
the idea
yes.
of you haggling, but like whispering, like, "Hey man, seriously, I'm not fucking paying this much for this fucking thing."
no.
Like,
Again, I
here's
don't-
an extra
I
$2,
can't-
sir.
It's
Like,
the
that's
I
pretty
honestly
good.
can't. I can't reconcile this. You haggling over a price and tipping. Like
Yeah.
I need a specific
I like that.
example.
That's
It's
a
the
fun
principle.
combo.
It's the principle.
No. Give me
Respect.
Give an example.
I hate to do this,
So
but I will
you-
be right back.
Okay, so you order a sandwich. Let's say you order a Philly cheesesteak.
Okay. Terrible sandwich, by the way. Go on.
Does
Chopped
it-
cheese.
Unrelated. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Government
you
cheese,
order
come on.
a Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
Sure.
The cost is, let's say it's $15,
Oh
which
my
is a lot.
God,
Which is a lot,
I
right?
would walk out, but go on.
Okay, we'll say 13. Is that
Ooh, it's still. I would feel. I would legitimately, if I order a Philly cheesesteak and they said $13, I would go, come on. I've said that before. I go, come on, dude, don't.
okay?
no.
So then let's just
No,
use
it's
that
not.
then. Okay, so it's 13. They say 13.
I've said no, it's not
written,
before.
and it's written on us. There's a sign. There's a sign that says $13.
Okay, that's different. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying this is only if it's like like
I think they look
you
at
are
me.
like you are like the SEC of bodegas.
I think they look at me.
If they send out marketing materials, you're going to be on them. But if
'Cause
it's
it's
like
upfront.
a loosey goosey kind of
Because
thing,
if it says 13 and I have entered into the $13 charge for the sandwich, I will not haggle, as I am aware. Sometimes the price isn't said, and I am convinced that they see me and they think they can charge me more, which I will always go.
okay.
I will always advocate and be like, that was a disrespectful amount to charge me for.
You know what I
And
Which
started
sometimes
doing?
they've lowered it. Sometimes they have, because even they were like, all right, he's not a sucker.
give us a percentage. So what's the percentage of times that you thought that you were being charged? You were being upcharged at a bodega. You said, "I think that you're ripping me off," and they actually lowered the cost.
It has happened before.
I've done it. Yeah.
No.
But,
What's the
like
percentage?
1% of the
Yeah,
time,
like every
50% of the
Sunday this
time.
happens. Yeah,
the
20%.
the one that's right by my block. I go. They know. Like I go every day. It's tough to put a percentage on it because I don't feel like I am swindled at most bodegas.
So that's okay. Okay,
Alright.
so I just
So
want to want to
wouldn't
say I
it's
feel like
happening every.
I don't know who does your PR, but you, I feel like that person should get fired because you came out hot with this story. Like every time you go to a bodega, you're in there haggling. But if you can't even put a percentage to it, that leads me to believe that, like, yeah, it's happened before, multiple times.
let me give you.
But it's not like something every
How
time.
many times this year has this happened?
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
I would say once out of every 6 times.
That's still a lot, dude.
Okay, that's 16.6.
Hey, I don't need relationship advice. I'm
Yeah,
happy with my
that's all right.
girlfriend.
One out
Yeah,
of
that's
6 is
fine.
a lot, you know?
I feel like this. I
That
I
said-
feel like we're making a mountain out of a molehill. Yeah, 16% of the time I can live with that. I now.
Where I'm like, come on, the
Yeah.
Pepsi isn't $3.
I get that.
It's
I
$2.
get
That said, dude, my biggest comic inspiration is Hassan Minaj. I think you should do a one-man show called Upcharge at a Bodega, and you make it 80% of the time.
And but and that's
And
why
your
I
daughter
feel
gets an anthrax attack.
Yes.
yes,
One of those bastards put anthrax on your chopped cheese.
right.
I didn't order my chopped cheese with powder. Oh, it was for my daughter, this sandwich.
And let me be clear. Let me also give all of the context for my thoughts.
They
Sometimes
put cum in my daughter's sandwich.
They
Yeah.
did.
And they-
Sometimes.
Healthy.
Let me give some
And then they
context.
charged me $15 for it. It
Some-
was chopped cheese and cum. It should have been only
Go ahead,
5.
sorry.
No. I was just saying. I feel like we're over. We're talking over the guests a lot.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
No worries. I will say, my point was sometimes when I'm overcharged, I don't always mind. Because sometimes I believe there is, I mean this like not like angrily, but comedically, I believe there is a Caucasian upcharge that can happen at some bodegas.
Fucking A, I heard about this on Fox News.
Yeah.
Go on.
I know how it definitely has that bend
That's
to
right.
it, but I don't mean it like that.
I
mean
and
it
I don't
like
even
that.
mind it because
I call it reverse
Reparation.
upcharging.
yeah, it's yeah. And here's what I'll say. And I'm
One
and now
chopped
we're
cheese at a
even
time.
for any oppression because I paid $1 extra on a roast beef.
Yeah. I agree with you. And here's when it happens to me. But I will say I'm happy to pay it. And here's why: is because let's say if I go to a bodega and buy alcohol, which is most of the reason why I'm ever in a bodega, and the little Indian man will go, "Can I see your ID?" And then I'll hand him my ID when I'm an old ass person, and he goes, "Oh my god, I really couldn't tell." I'm like, I'll pay your white people fee.
Yeah, that felt really good.
You people, you guys don't ever age and you just always look amazing. Like, yeah, okay, I'll pay your white people fee. No
Right.
problem. Yeah,
That- and that's
I
my
felt good
thing.
for that 15 seconds.
If it's
So
if
mine.
it's reasonably upcharged, okay. But when it becomes a disrespectful
Yeah.
upcharge, I genuinely go, "Come on, dude, no."
I did
That's
do
past
that
the
once.
point of boundary of.
I did do that once.
Upcharge.
There was a bodega that was by me and Amy's old place in Astoria that we used to go to a lot because all the food in there was terrible except somehow they got the pepperoni rolls fucking right, especially if you were hired drunk. They got the pepperoni rolls fucking on. They
Okay.
were on. And the old dude who was always behind the counter there at the pizza spot, because there was a different spot than like the actual front register, always really nice to us and everything. And so, everybody was in there, except there was one dude who was like, it was a family that owned it. He was just in there one night, and he was like the shitty brother, I could tell, like the shitty younger brother of the old dude. And I went in there pretty drunk one night, and I don't remember what, it was like a beer and like a pepperoni roll or two. And I don't remember what he wanted to charge me, but it was so obscene that I was like, hey, is this the right price, man? And then the old guy who likes me behind the counter just yelled something angry in Korean at that man. And he fucking slashed that price in half. And then that dude, the old dude fucking glared at him until I left. It was great, dude. It was, yeah.
Some of these commenters are saying go back to Stanford or Connecticut or calling me Connecticut. And I just want to go on the record and saying I would never be caught dead in a place as poor as Connecticut.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You idiots.
Suck it, Stephen Cohen.
You idiots. In my $15.
We're not going to live in your fucking trash
you
state.
idiots. Huh?
Connecticut is New World colonial rich. I'm old money. My uncle is a duke.
Yeah. Connecticut
That's
is
adorable.
Connecticut is the poo of New York.
That's right.
Never.
You guys
Well,
live
and there's-
you guys live in Connecticut.
You go to Connecticut, you think like, oh, rich Illuminati. That's part of Connecticut.
they
There's
fucking-
two Connecticut's,
you
all right?
think-
There's Illuminati Connecticut and there's Pro Wrestling Connecticut, all right?
Exactly. And if you think it's like, you think the really rich guy is arguing for $2 less on his roast beef sandwich?
Yeah.
You think that's the guy who's fucking killing it?
I do like the idea of Jeff
Idiot.
Bezos going in there. There's no fucking way I'm paying this for a chopped cheese.
Yeah.
No way. Sir, if you work for Amazon, I'd have you fired.
No, definitely. If I moved to Connecticut, I would be of the pro wrestling crowd.
Oh, goddamn
That would
right.
be- yeah,
Right.
I would,
Vince
I would-
McMahon all the way.
I would live in a warehouse with 7,000 other people. Okay, let's hear. Look, again, this is our final question. So
Okay.
let's do our final advice.
Before final advice,
Oh, go ahead.
I got a shitload of comments. I'm way behind on. Let's see.
You got a Connecticut full of load of comments.
That's right.
What?
That's right.
Okay, stumbled on my words.
Amy on YouTube, producer Amy says, the way you treat servers in restaurants will tell you a lot about who they are. Get away now. This is coming
Completely
from a
agree.
server who was served for 15 years. Yeah.
I
Man on
agree.
YouTube, I think he's an older one. He says, Outback. He loves Outback. That's good shit. She has never had an orgasm, he says. Joanna YouTube says, don't eat with her. And don't eat her either. But apparently you don't. Hence no orgasm.
Oh.
Man on YouTube says, she is arguing that it is a metaphor for oral sex. Joanna YouTube says, never go out with her for dinner. Say it embarrasses you. Yeah, dude, I say fucking go. If it was one or two things, I would be cool about it. But
that's what I
this
think.
is
It's like
fucking crazy.
Like I can't imagine. Here's what I can't imagine, because like my husband and I will always be like, be like, oh, on Friday, do you want to go to dinner at this place? Blah blah blah. It's like if she suggests, oh, let's go to dinner at this place. If I were her partner, I'd be like, why?
right.
Like, why? That would be my reply.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're just going to make everyone in the restaurant miserable. Why? Why don't we just cook at home? Like, I'm not going to change you.
Yeah.
But you tell me if that's fun for you.
But
Right.
she's not aware that she's not aware that she's insufferable.
But he's probably also never stood up to her and said that.
No,
Fully,
yeah.
yes,
Yes.
you're definitely right.
Yeah.
This
may have,
this
like,
guy takes a
lightly
lot of
broached.
shit from her,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I would be shocked, and I think producer Amy made a good point about how that says a lot about her as a person. I would be shocked if she acts like this in restaurant all the way around, and then the rest of the time she's in fucking soup
Yeah.
kitchens and digging wells for poor people. Like,
Wouldn't that be?
in
That would be
starving
fucking
nations.
awesome, though. To be like, I would
Yeah.
love that.
It's 9 months out of the year. She's like, here, drink this. No, I've come to spread the word of God. And the other end of the year, it's like,
it's fucking Malala.
right, yeah. It's Malala is sitting there with the half of her face that can still talk. I'm not paying full price for this bullshit. All right, I've had better food in the fucking shithole Kush Mountains. All right, I would rather be shot in the other side of my face
But
than
if that
$15 for this
hot.
chopped cheese.
If that were true and I was a surfer, I'd be like, yeah, well, it's fucking Malala, right? Yeah, let me get you another steak tonight.
It's funny to picture Mother Teresa going, snapping, excuse me, hello.
The service in this shithole is the real crime against humanity. I'll tell you that right now. Never eat here again. Fuck this. This restaurant makes me wish I was still eating through a fucking tube. I hate this goddamn restaurant.
Or it was like Nelson Mandela, and he's like, it's like, Jesus, I was in fucking prison for 30 years, and I go to one nice restaurant. You know, yeah. Anyway.
For 30 years, I ate the worst food I'd ever had. At least so I thought. Before I came to the Outback Steakhouse off of exit 92 on Interstate 80.
Nelson Mandela comes in and tells you that your fucking hamburger is not cooked right. I would fucking die.
And you thought apartheid was bad. Jesus Christ. Try the burger in this shithole.
All right.
Amy on YouTube says, listen, you should never be able to tell her how you feel. You should be able to tell her how you feel. If you can't, she's not the right one for you.
Oh, yeah.
Natalie on YouTube says, stop going to restaurants with her, cook at home, and go to other types of dates. I agree with that if that's the only place she's bad at. I think she's a fucking nightmare all around.
She goes to putt golf. Excuse me. This isn't a perfect sphere.
My club was bad, and I shot 6 over par.
Why is there a windmill? Why is there a small windmill?
Your windmill was speeding up when I shot.
It's in the way of the hall. Fucking bullshit.
Why is the hole a clown's mouth?
It doesn't get the whole premise. What the fuck?
I will attack this windmill like that fucking guy from that book whose name I can't remember because I'm shit with references.
Don Quixote.
Don Quixote.
It's Don Quixote,
Yes.
yeah.
I will break this windmill
That
like
was-
Don
Oh,
That was a good one,
shit,
Arielle.
dude.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Seriously,
Huh?
that was very, very
See,
clever.
what happened? I flew
was
too close
legit.
to the sun, and my wings melted like some
And you
Greek
just,
guy.
and you
then
just forgot
she-
that someone. Yeah,
And
you
then
just
she
forgot that
took my
Arielle's
wings.
super smart.
I honestly,
she took my melted wings and fucking like smithed them back together, and then flew right up there. And fucking walked on
almost
it.
said Harry Potter. I was just she's talking about a book. It's Harry Potter. It's definitely Harry Potter.
flew too close to the sun again while playing Quidditch.
Yeah. All right. What are the
Let's
comments?
see. Yeah. Matt on YouTube says, we don't have a Subway in New Canaan. The train or the sandwich shop want to play Russian roulette. Yeah, I mean,
Fair enough.
This lady sounds like she'd love a good game of Russian roulette. You know what I mean? I say, wrap that red bandana around your head like Deer Hunter. Like, go fucking nuts. Amy on YouTube says, Matt, you in Connecticut comments. Yeah, there's a lot of Connecticut stuff going on, man.
I love
Let's
it.
see.
Well,
Matt on YouTube
is
says
there
Christmas in Connecticut, Bridgeport edition with Ice Cube, the Harlem Globetrotter, and Gary Coleman. Yeah, dude. I love me
That
some
actually
old school
sounds all right.
references. That
Yeah.
sounds like a good time. That sounds like a good fucking
Yeah.
time.
Great. Okay. Well, so I'm going to go to my final advice. Listen, sir, I think that it's you have to there's no way you can tell me you have good communication with this person if these are, again, super terrible social cues, as Arielle pointed out before. Even, show her the comments from Reddit, and if she's still unfazed, I mean, you're going to have to live with this person.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying that all relationships, or it has to be a perfect relationship to
Right.
get married, but you know the answer. And the reason why you know the answer is because you came to fucking Reddit and posted it on Reddit. You know what the answer is. She's terrible, and either, maybe, I think that probably is what's true in the situation, is that she might be hotter than you.
Oh, yeah,
A significant amount.
dude. Dude, the lady that
Been
does all
there,
yes.
relatable.
Good call.
Fuck,
Yeah,
now
dude.
we're getting relatable.
Hot
Holy
women
shit.
are nightmares in restaurants, for sure.
Yeah.
They're the
So-
worst.
So it's like no one else is going to date her because she's a nightmare in restaurants, but like you're the one that's like taking the punches.
Yes, one or two of
So-
these could be anybody. All four, this woman is a fucking smoke show, dude. She's
But-
like,
Yeah.
they will bend to my will, like
Right.
everybody does.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, again, just weigh that, because this is your life, and you know what? You could probably find someone that's just as attractive that isn't a nightmare. I don't know. I mean, this woman needs to really learn. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't need to learn a lesson. Maybe that's just the karma that's going to come back to her. And then all of a sudden, one day, she's going to be at the beach, and seagulls are going to eat her spleen out, thinking it's a bag of Tostitos. And that's
right.
That's what her comeuppance is for.
Her death should be Old Testament biblical, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Stoned.
wild. Oh, in fact, Joel gave some good final advice here on YouTube. He says, take her to a hibachi restaurant, and when dude is cutting up food at the table in front of you, push her into the table. Problem solved. Plus,
Joel,
your
you're
meal.
always so nice and
Problem
sweet.
solved. Plus, your meal is free. It's how she would have wanted to go.
Very
it's
wise.
How she wanted to go.
Very wise.
I like that.
Joel.
She died doing
Joel,
what
that's
she loved.
fucking genius.
Yeah.
That's fucking genius.
You're a regular Arielle. You're very sage.
That is a Shakespearean end to this horrible woman's life.
That's nice.
Yes.
That's like that's like poetic, or it's poetic. It's a poetic ending.
It's good.
It's like a Nicholas Sparks novel.
Make my nipples hard for some reason.
Yeah.
I like that.
What other final advice do we have for this person?
All right. So this lady reminds me of my second stepdad. So I've had a lot of stepdads.
Same.
You know what I mean? And some of them were cool in restaurants. Some of them not. Some of them are no longer with us, like this guy. I mean, I've had a lot of them. So again, not all my stepdads could live forever. So this guy, every time we would go to a restaurant, even as a kid, like at 10, I should not be that cued into fucking restaurant etiquette. But he would fucking like lecture these poor surfers in the middle of like a busy dinner about how his goddamn refried beans were too cold or something. And like just stupid shit, to where I'm like, bro, you're going to get, even at 10, I knew. I'm like, we're going to get spit in the food or something. And so here's what I did. Now, you should probably leave her, but you're not going to, because you're a sad sack. And you would have already done it if you had any confidence. So I'm writing for you, who's in your own mental prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have escaped this, but you're not. So this is the advice to you, inmate Craig, or whatever your name is. You are stuck with this woman, going out to dinner, her being a nightmare. So what? Never order dessert. I knew that when I was young. I'm like, dude, any food that comes back to this table's getting spit in it. So what? I'm full. Yeah, I would just order everything I wanted to order right at the beginning of the dinner. Are we hungry? Do we want more dessert? Anything. If he orders a fucking round of appetizers for the table in the middle of the meal or something, just, hey, we got some more of this to snack on. I ain't touching it. There's spit, there's pubes, there's cum, there's blood. All the hot sexual fluids are in there.
It's
so
healthy.
just know that.
I don't mind a little spit, and here's why. I've made out with strangers in a bar. Like you're saying that I'm gonna I'm gonna have this history of making out with strangers in a bar, and then all of a sudden get skeeved out with a little spit in my food. That doesn't reconcile. But
I actually make out with the waiter or waitress. So that I go, you spitting it? I already got your spit. Idiot. Joke's on you. Give him a smooch with tongue.
Not only do I already have your
Same.
spit, I aborted your baby, you stupid ass. How can you not remember it?
I think it's fine. Perfect. I think we answered that question. I think we answered all these questions.
Yes.
Super good this week.
Absolutely.
We
This
were
has been an
on
awesome
point.
episode. Thank you so much to our guests. Thank you to Bret Raybould. Thank you to Arielle Dundas. Thank you to the listeners, man, especially the people who were here live in the chat. Thank you to Nicole. Thank you to Joel. Thank you to Matt. Thank you to Eugene, to Joanne, to producer Amy. Until next week, like and subscribe. Mash that button. Watch us live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Give us your comments. Give us your questions live in the chat. Until next week. Later. No.